Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. I'm still curious about last week's question to you. What or who or which situation would you have to let go of in order to become a fuller expression of your more authenticness? So please let me know in the comments if you'd like to share. This week I'm going to share a bit more about just where I'm at the moment. I've just had a big chat with my Patreon group where we were unpacking this a little bit deeper. And it's so interesting to observe ourselves and our patterns and our way of being in life from more of that observer's perspective and not from being in it. So this week I've really taken some big steps towards reclaiming my authentic self. I've been practicing being soft in the world. I've been practicing showing up for myself and expanding myself as an artist. So this week I felt quite inspired and I entered one of my pieces into an art prize. Now this is new territory for me. I don't normally dabble in this area, but I felt intuitively this is where I wanted to go. There was the energy and the guidance, so I chose to follow it. And that felt really good, really exciting. I had lots of creative energy flowing through my body and that was all beautiful. But at the very same time, while this was going on this side, my old friend, the protector, popped its head up. And not just in a whisper, he was screaming loudly at me, "This is not safe, you're going too fast, slow down, what are you doing?" And it's like, oh, old friend, you're back, but you're not actually being that helpful to me. So how my protector aspect, besides all of the yelling and screaming in my head, shows himself is I eat chocolate. And that is just my coping mechanism. It's been there my whole life and it's not helpful. It's outdated. It used to work for me. It no longer does. So as I've been taking these big leaps forward this week, the pattern protector has also been binging to the same level of intensity that my forward movement was traveling in. And I'm laughing about it because it's not how I would have liked to have experienced the last week. But I'm being really vulnerable and honest. This is what's happening for me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has this, that when we take steps forward because we're guided and we know that that's where the right thing for us to be doing, the protective patterns or the old patterns from the past try and keep us small, keep us like, no, do it, it's not safe, you're going too fast, slow down. But yeah, not helpful anymore. And I just really feel that for many of us, these old patterns are really coming up and being very loud and present at the moment in order to be integrated, in order to be loved and accepted and cleared. And yeah, not living by that same old story anymore. So that's what I really want to chat to you about this week is what's the story that you're telling yourself? My story this week has been it's not safe to move forward at this level of pace. You're going too fast. You need to slow down. The chocolate numbs me down. All those intense feelings. That's the other story I've been telling myself. I'm a highly sensitive person. I can't embody this level of intense feeling. It's like, well, that's actually not true. That's just an old story that you've told yourself your whole life. And what if this week you started to rewrite a new story? What would that be? What would that story look like? I've been watching Harry Potter. I've never watched all the Harry Potter movies. And I noticed they were on Netflix. So last night I started the first one. And it's like, whoa, what a magical world of inspiration, and imagination. It's like, this is a great story. How about I take some of that magic and imagination and creativity, and this week I rewrite my own story. So that is my journaling prompt to you this week. It's time to rewrite our own truth and tell a different story. And how is that going to look like for you? I think when we have these two opposing energies playing out at once, it can be confronting or confusing, probably more than confronting, although confronting works as well. But what I do know is the higher aspects always win. The light always wins over the darkness. So for me, it's about accepting with love and softness and gentleness that protector aspect that's been really talking loudly and present with me this week, and holding that aspect at the very same time as not letting it stop me, not letting me drown or keep rereading that old story. And I love this idea of, as we're integrating and discovering and reclaiming our authentic selves, well, clearly the story that we've been living and telling is going to change. So let's start writing that this week. And it's okay if you only get the title or the first sentence or the first paragraph or even the whole chapter. Whatever comes up for you this week, just trust that it's perfect and that you are moving at the rate of growth and expansion that's right for you. I think I'll leave it there, because it's quite a lot for you to think about and ponder. And when I was making my Patreon video for that group, I didn't know the answer, what my story was going to be. But just then, as I was talking to you, the first lines of that story started to pop into my head. So I'm going to finish the video right here and go off and start to write that new story, because I'm excited to discover what magic lies within. So once again, from my heart to yours, have a wonderful week, and we'll connect again next week. Bye for now.